Hey, Shalom Markins, Rakar Makapash from GMS London, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Chak Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful next, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again, got another video. This article here, um, which reads, right, Russia will deploy Satan 2 nuclear missiles capable of destroying the UK this autumn in a historic weapons upgrade following recent test. Right, Mr. Putin is you know, testing these missiles, man, and but they're about to come into service. All right, ready to be used. Okay, now I said the Most High got the world moving, with greater fear and greater tension on the earth, man, because the Lord is causing these situations to arise, man. Okay, and they're escalating, all to bring forth the day of the Lord. Okay, when it's time, right? So obviously Russia has a part to play in that. The US has a part to play in that. Okay, they're major factors in the third world. Okay, World War III. Israel is a main factor in that. All right, this skirmish right now between Ukraine and Russia, that's just a side fight, undercard, so to speak. But this will lead into a greater conflict, a little later down the line, right? But obviously Putin is making these threats, and making people fear, or trying to make them fear, with these missiles that he has in his arsenals, right, which the Most High, have given them, right. Same with these other nuclear capable powers, the Most High given them this technology to be used, right, and they will be used, right. The Lord said He created the smith that bloweth the coal in the fires, if I'm saying that correctly, right, and bringing forth a weapon, basically of His judgment, right. So it's the Most High that have put these weapons upon the earth, right? Put these in the minds of men to create, right, to be used in the day of the Lord. All right, so this is all part of the judgment that's about to come. Okay, the day that everyone has been fearing, the Third World War, which would be a nuclear war. All right, but you say here you got Putin testing his missiles out. All right. It says Vladimir Putin's regime has announced it will deploy fearsome nuclear-capable Satan 2 missiles this autumn. Now, I don't know who names in these things. I think this is a US name, because I don't think these men actually named it Satan 2. But hey, it just shows you, man. These guys are all trapped in a snare because they're all under the vibration of Satan, right? And they're gonna destroy each other with these weapons, right? Says the devastating Sarmat missile is said to be the world's longest range intercontinental ballistic missile. Western military experts said that the Sarmat is capable of carrying 10 or more nuclear warheads and decoys. All right, so there's not just one warhead that these missiles carry. There's not one missile, one warhead. That's not how it's operating right now. These hold multiple warheads, all right, or can hold multiple warheads, right? Each one of these warheads is more destructive than anything that's ever been dropped dropped anywhere, right? Because the only real nuclear attack that's happened is from the US against Japan. Okay, with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and they were, was it hydrogen bombs? Okay, far inferior to these thermonuclear weapons that they're rolling with today, right? So each one of these is mad powerful, mad destruction. Each one of those warheads, and these missiles carry up to 10. Right, so when these missiles eventually get launched, man, they're gonna cause great destruction, man. One of these missiles, because this article is focusing on the UK, which I'm gonna bring up another one about the US, but these missiles, right? Trying to find a better picture. Right, you see the UK here. One of these missiles could probably take out the whole of the UK, right? For its destruction power, and how much it will, the radiation will spread. You can probably, because UK is a little island at the end of the day. It's not big, right? Not compared to the US. The US is massive, right? So it's going to take more than one missile to destroy the US, but one missile could probably actually destroy the UK. And this is what they're saying. Basically what they've been saying, right? This is capable of destroying the UK. One missile could probably do that. All right. This is says a long-range intercontinental ballistic missile capable of striking a target 11,200 miles away, meaning it could easily strike targets in the US and Europe. Putin called this a big, significant event for Russia's defense industry, saying that the Sarmat will ensure Russia's security from external threats and make those who, in the heat of frantic, aggressive rhetoric, try to threaten our country think twice. All right, this is Western military experts said the Sarmat is capable of carrying 10 or more nuclear warheads and decoys, easy enough to wipe out territories the size of Britain or France in a single strike. There we go. You know, said it right there, right? Skip that paragraph. So this week's test, after years of delays due to funding and technical issues, marks a show of strength by Russia at a time when the war in Ukraine has sent tensions with the US and its allies soaring to the highest level since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. And that's that spirit coming back onto these these Russians, man. Gog and Magog putting hooks into thy jaw, which I'm gonna grab in a second, right? It's putting them back into that spirit, man. That same sort of situation is happening right now. That tension. All right. This is the launch of the super weapon was a historic event that would guarantee the security of Russia's children and grandchildren for the next 30 to 40 years. Western concern at the risk of nuclear war has increased since Putin launched his illegal and brutal invasion of Ukraine on February 24th. So they're playing, you know, the West are trying to play it carefully. This is when the Russian tyrant burst into the former Soviet state, he made a reference to his nation's nuclear deterrence, warning the West that any major intervention would lead you to such consequences that you have never encountered in your history. And what does that what does that mirror, man? What does that echo in the scriptures? Daniel 12, right? Let me just grab that. No, I wasn't planning to, but let me just grab that. Right, he making them threats, right? Well, the Messiah making them threats too. When we're going, right? Mosiah is saying the same thing. The Mosiah is going to bring upon a day such as never been, or a time such as never been on the earth, right? So Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, standing for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation even to that same time. Okay, and that's the point, right? Putin is going to be used to bring about that type of day, or that type of time, Slakia, right? Putin is just a tool of the Heavenly Father on the left-hand side, right? That's going to bring about this time of trouble. Okay, this time of trouble is already starting, right? With all these plagues and pestilences, with the food shortages, you know, the famines coming, right? This war, all of this, all the uproars of the people, it's all part of the end times. It's going to be a time of trouble since there's never been, right? The Most High is organizing this, right? So, okay, let me read this little bit here. So Russia has claimed its most potent nuclear missile, the 16,000 miles per hour hypersonic Satan II, can destroy the UK. Yeah. 16,000 miles per hour. They ain't got missile defense systems that can deal with that sort of speed. So Putin said the unmatched Sarmat missile will provide food for thought. Yeah. For those who try to threaten Russia. Right, so yeah, like I said, Putin bringing them missiles online. You know, I said that was focusing on the UK, but you know, the real target. Let me read that in a second. The real target is going to be the US, right? Because that's what the prophecy states. Okay, Babylon the Great, i.e., America, is going to be destroyed with thermonuclear destruction, right? And these missiles are going to be used, right? This is New York Post. Russia plans to test nuclear missiles capable of hitting the US states and Europe by autumn, an official said. Right, it's probably going to reiterate the same sort of stuff, But just showing you, man, that the US is is a target and is the main target. They would have to send one to destroy UK, so that would be quick work. But America, not only are they going to receive the missiles from Russia, okay, but the most are going to put a spirit on these other nations and even these allies of the US to shoot their own missiles upon America until it's totally destroyed. All right, so it's going to be like overkill over there in the United States, man. It's going to be utterly obliterated. All right. Another one from the Daily Mail says Putin brags his new nuke is unstoppable. Russian warmonger boasts his Satan-2 nuclear missile can break through all modern defenses and will be aimed and ready to strike Britain by autumn. But we're not worried. Us bros here in the UK, we ain't worried, man. It is what it is, right? Hey, all this has got to play out, man. And we believe the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, that was going to protect us, man. But hey, we could see Britain or London getting hit with a nuke. We could see that. It's a major player in Europe. Well, technically, it's not part of Europe no more. Brexit and all of that, but it's a major power still in that region, in this region, right? And yeah, it makes sense to send the messages to people, right? but yeah, we're not concerned, right? The Lord's gonna do his thing. Let's see anything else here. Putin said the missile could break through any missile defense system, forcing the West to think twice. The missile was successfully test-fired earlier this week, marking a new step in ICBM development. All right, so yeah, that's it, man. So let's grab the scriptures. I'm gonna start here in Ezekiel 38. I'll start from the top, right? So the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Okay, this represents Russia, right? They dwell in that land that was the land of Gog and Magog, right? And say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, right? So the Most High is just using these clowns, right? These Russians to stir up problems on the earth, man. Right? It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws and bring thee forth and all thine army, right? And like I said, that spirit, that Cold War spirit, okay, that where the tensions were super high and nuclear war was on everybody's tongue and everybody's mind because they were scared, right? That we were returning to that time. Okay, Russia's been put in a position where they can be making these threats and be taken seriously, man, because they got the technology, man, right? And that's why no one was really trying to fuck with Russia. But NATO is continuously poking at the bear, causing the bear to retaliate. So lines are being drawn right now, and the tension and the spirit of these men is getting riled up. All right, bringing us back to this tense time that we're living in right now. All right. It says, I will bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Right. So during this time period, Russia's being creating allegiances with people, man. China, Iran, Syria, all these other places, right? And they back Russia. They joined onto Russia, right? So they got two sides of this war: Russia and their allies, and US and their allies, which is NATO and their allies, right? But I'm gonna jump down, all right, to this point in verse 10. It says, "Thus saith the Lord power: it will also come to pass. It will come to pass, right? That at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought," right? And that evil thought will be to release the hounds, right? To release these fiery serpents, right? To release these hailstones, and what are these things described as in the scriptures, man? But the Lord's going to have these missiles launched, right, and rain fire and brimstone down upon America, onto Babylon the Great. All right, that's what the evil thought is going to be, man. To obliterate, to utterly obliterate America and the populace of America, however many millions that is, just decimated, gone, destroyed. Okay, they only save the elect that are going to be delivered out of the land of America before those missiles hit. But the whole, all people in America, save the elect, are going to be destroyed, and the land is going to be destroyed and never inhabited again. Right? It's going to be such a crazy moment in time and history. It's going to be a mad time, man. Okay, people are going to be gobsmacked, and Scripture says it will, man. These people are going to be gobsmacked, man, of what went down. All right, so that evil thought, man, is going to end up, destroying America, man. All right, that's the point on that. This Revelation chapter 18, verse 10 says, "Stand afar off." I'll start from verse 8. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day." Speaking about America, okay, Babylon the Great. "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire." Right? Where's the fire coming from? These nuclear missiles, right? "For strong is the Lord Lord God who judgeth her, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning." All right, because their income has now been cut off or greatly diminished. Right, their livelihoods gone, family members gone. Then standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, "Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." Right, and these missiles, we said the speed was what, 16,000 miles per hour. Right, these missiles, right, can actually hit the land of America from Russia within 45 minutes or something like that. It's fast. It's fast, and that's why these missile systems really won't be able to do shit. Okay, and besides, even if they did, they wouldn't be able to work anyway. The Most High would jam them, and they wouldn't work anyway. But they're fast, man. So they will reach mainland America within that 45 minutes, man. And yeah, what they're gonna do? What can anyone do within 45 minutes, really? You know what I'm saying? Just about to have breakfast and have a shower in 45 minutes. You ain't doing shit in 45 minutes, man. There's nowhere to run, nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, these people are gonna be. They don't even have time to react. Yeah, you'd be lucky if you get a televised broadcast talking about imminent destruction. But obviously the presidents and the elites and that or whoever's there, they're gonna be in safe spaces. But rest of you people, man, you ain't gonna have time to do nothing. Kids at school, you know what I mean? You got time to go pick them up. You're through. Everybody in the land of America is through. Anyone that's still in the land of America by the time these missiles drop off is through. All right. Let me drop down to verse 17, right? So, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all the company in ships and sailors and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of a burning, saying, "What city is like unto this great city?" All right, so that's the point. Within 1 hour, the land of America is going to be utterly destroyed. Okay. And like I said, it ain't just going to be those Russian missiles. It's going to be these other nations' missiles as well. So Revelation chapter 9 verse 16 says, "And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them," right? And these horsemen represents the missiles, right? There's a lot of them. But not specifically the missiles, but the warheads. And remember we were saying the warheads on these missiles, that there's multiple warheads, up to 10 on some of these missiles, right? And it could vary from nation to nation what different missile tech that they got. But these ones that it's been talking about can hold up to 10 warheads, right? So it's not going to be just Russia's missiles and warheads. It's going to be the rest of the nation's warheads that they got, the nuclear capable ones. Maybe even just some regular missiles thrown in there for good luck. For good measure. But there's a lot of missiles that are gonna pelt the land of America, man. It's gonna be like a great hail. When the hail falls down, you can't count it. It's just all dropping too quick, too quick, right? It's gonna be like that, right? And America is gonna get pelted with these missiles until it's completely utterly destroyed, man. And the destruction will be so great that the earth is gonna rock. Like the whole world is gonna feel the magnitude of the blast, and the earth is gonna reel to and fro like a drunkard, like the scriptures say. Right, earthquakes and all kinds of madness are gonna be going on. Tsunami, storms, all kinds of shit. Right, the earth is gonna feel it. Okay, so what? 200,000, what's that? 2 million, 200 million. It's a lot, right? And I'm gonna read this in Jeremiah 50 and close up. I'm reading from verse 22. So the sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? Okay, that hammer of the earth is America. Right? America is the bully on the earth, man. The oppressing force upon the world. Right? It says, how is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? How has America become a desolation? They were the mightiest. Right? Spending trillions upon their military every year. How these men fall? Right? So I have laid a snare for thee, the Lord has set them up, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. You thought you was in the control. You ain't in control. Most High is in control, right? Thou art found and also caught because thou hast striven against the Lord, right? Because America is not God's country. These people ain't not godly people. These people are nothing but demons, man. So the Lord have opened his armory, right? And them missiles are part of the Lord's armory. And have brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of the Lord power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. I said the Most High created the smith, right, to develop these weapons, man. It's not because Esau's so intelligent. The Most High put these thoughts and these ideas into the minds of men, namely these Germans and the like, to develop these weapons for the one day they'll be used to destroy themselves with. But the Most High made them do that. It says, come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly, let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Lord our power, the vengeance of his temple. Right? Because we keep telling you, man, the main reason that you're getting destroyed, man, is because you touched the apple of the Lord's eye, which are his children, the children of Israel. That is the Lord's temple, or the temple, right? And who are you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans and our descendants that have been scattered abroad, man. But America, the way they dealt with us, man, is worse than any other nation, man. So they're gonna get the bulk of the judgment. All right, that is our prime location of our captivity under these Edomites, is the land of America. All right, this is called together the archers against Babylon, the archers that shoot the arrows, right? But these are not arrows; these are missiles that are getting shot. Okay, these modern day arrows, right? All ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she have done. Do unto her, for she have been proud. America is the most proudest nation on the planet Earth, man. right? Proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Lord power of hosts. It says, for thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall right to raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. Right, that took place in the land of America, man. The Negroes, Latinos, your natives, that, we was all oppressed there. All the kingdom, all the tribes are in the land of America, man. Right? And all that took them captives held them fast, and they refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong. Yahweh of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. A sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Lord, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall dote. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her. Because America is like a melting pot, right? And they shall become as women. A sword is upon their treasures, and they shall be robbed. Right? You're going to lose everything, right? A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Okay, America is full of idols, man. Every idol that ever existed is in America, man. Set up somewhere, got a statue somewhere, And Americans don't, they don't feel no way about it. That's normal. Bunch of, obelisks and Greek Roman gods and Egypt, pyramids and all kinds of everything. Satan, you got Baphomet there. You know what I'm saying? So, it's full of idols, man. Therefore, the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the island shall dwell there, because that's all that's going to be left after everything settles down. After the fire settles down, the only thing's going to be there are these types of creatures, man. It says, and the owls shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. All right, so no man is going to be able to pitch his tent there, like the scriptures say. Right, it says, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Right, because Sodom and Gomorrah is the same situation. Right, it was destroyed with fire, and ain't no one living in them regions no more. It's done. Right, so behold, a people shall come forth from the north, and a great nation. Right, and it's again the Russians. They're in the north. Right, and a great nation, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth, and they shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy, because that spirit, that evil thought, is going to go into their minds, right? And it's going to go into the minds of these other nations as well, even America's allies, to shoot missiles, because they're going to hate the whore, like the scriptures say, and burn her with fire. So there's a spirit that's going to go at them, and they're going to turn the minds of these men into an evil mindset, man, to destroy America, man. All right. It says, they shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy, right? Because the Lord is not showing mercy. He's going to have a cold spirit upon them, right? Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses, everyone put in array like a man to the battle against the old daughter of Babylon, right? The king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands wax feeble. So, when they get the intelligence, man, they're going to be shitting bricks, right? Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as of a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong, but I will make them suddenly run away from her. Who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? Who is like me? And who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purposes that he hath purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. And that represents these small hats, man, these Amalekites, right? So surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved. Okay, both figuratively and literally, man. These people are gonna be emotionally upset, distraught, you know. But the earth itself is also gonna shake to and fro like a drunkard, man, like I mentioned. All right, earthquakes are gonna emanate throughout the whole planet. You're gonna feel like the earth is about to rip apart, right? So at the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations. All right, like I said, they're gonna be gobsmacked, man. They're gonna be, like I said, America's a big place, a lot of people in it, man, and you're gonna have a lot of relatives, over there, because everybody's over there from all these different countries, all these nations are gonna be in sorrow, man, in distress. Like when the Most High brought the plague of death on the firstborn in Egypt, where there was not one house, um, where there was not one dead. Right? It's not at least all these nations, man. There ain't gonna be like any left from any nation that's not gonna been there and been destroyed. That every nation is gonna feel it, for one reason or another, man. And yeah, they're gonna be distraught. But that is the fate of America, man, of Babylon the Great. You know. So that's what I wanted to bring out, man. I hope this was an edifying lesson, right? And yeah, we just we stay watching, hasten the day, right? Quicker that all this goes about, man, the quicker we can get out of here, man. Our Lord Yahweh Shai gonna make his return and deliver us, man. So until then, man, I'll say shalom until the next video, and shalom, welcome, shalom, sisters, shalom.